to ask the Chief Minister if he will make a statement on how the UK Government's decision regarding Huawei will affect telecommunications on the Isle of Man.
Chief Minister, Mr. Quayle to reply.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. The UK discussions around Huawei has centred around the 5G network. Presently, the Isle of Man does not have a 5G network, although some trials are taking place. The local telecoms providers are in communications with our Office of Cyber Security and Information Assurance and are closely following developments and decisions in the United Kingdom. Cyber security in the telecoms infrastructure is taken extremely seriously as it is considered as part of our critical national infrastructure. Thank you, Mr. President.
Supplementary question, Mr. Morehouse.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Chief Minister. In terms of the development of the 5G network, are there any indications how this change in policy will impact on local firms financially and in terms of their planned investment on Ireland? Thank you.
To reply.
Thank you, Mr. President. Obviously, the Isle of Man government is fully aware of the UK decision in relation to Huawei and has been working closely with the United Kingdom and our own telecoms industry here to determine the most appropriate safeguards to ensure the security and resilience of our communications networks. The Isle of Man is constitutionally independent from the United Kingdom, as we all know. Whilst we remain vigilant to the direction and the decisions in the UK, it's important that the decisions are made which meet the needs of the Isle of Man, its community, its businesses, recognising our place within the global economy. The long-term health and diversity of supply in the telecom sector is a critical issue to us all, and it will take concerted, sustained international efforts to fix it. Regarding the costs, etc., it really is a case we've just got to watch and wait and see. The UK have announced, I think, 7-year period for it to be phased out, as we already don't have a 5G network. The individual businesses will be working with industry representatives to see the best way forward.
Supplementary question. August Hanson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just to ask the Chief Minister, knowing that we have both Shaw and Manx Telecom, their infrastructure has been set up for 4G with Huawei. Is there any, I've had a conversation with the Communications Commission about this very subject matter, and it seems that, there needs to be some level of government policy around this. So understanding Mr. Morehouse's question, will there be, and are there conversations going on with Manx Telecom and Shaw, considering that they both used exactly the same provider to lay that infrastructure?
Chief Minister to reply.
Thank you, Mr. President. The UK's decision on Huawei forms part of the Isle of Man government's broader examination of the resilience of the island's telecoms network to ensure that they meet the island's needs, and the government is in active dialogue with telecoms providers on the island, along with the UK National Cyber Security Centre and the Department for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport on this matter, and there will be a further statement later in the year following this period of consultation and engagement. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. Morehouse, supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. President. So just to confirm, at this stage we're happy with Huawei continuing to work with local firms.
Chief Minister to reply.
Yes, Mr. President, the local firms will have Huawei parts in their infrastructure. The ban that the UK are bringing forward is to take place over a 7-year period, and that will enable their UK companies to withdraw Huawei parts from that infrastructure, and obviously we are currently working on that with our team. Whilst we are an independent nation, as I mentioned before, we do share information with the United Kingdom, and if we're not compatible with their rules and regulations, we may not have that access. So I will be making a statement later on in the year, Mr. President, when we have a greater knowledge on the route we will be taking.
Final question, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Actually picking up where the Chief Minister left off there, we do have an integrated telephone system with the United Kingdom. Has the UK raised concerns about our existing or intended technology being used as a backdoor, and is there any pressure there for us to follow UK policy?
Chief Minister.
Thank you, Mr. President. That's a very valid point, and we are in active dialogue with the relevant organisations in the United Kingdom at this moment. I can't say any more than that. If the UK say this is what we're going to be doing and we're not going to share information with anyone who has Huawei infrastructure, then we either have to decide, well, no, we're not prepared to accept that and we won't share information with you, or we acquiesce to their requirements. And obviously we're in dialogue at this moment in time. It's too early, Mr. President, really, for me to give a more detailed answer.